Welcome back to the current. This is a time to step into the river together, or perhaps realize we're already swimming in the current like a school of fish and we're coming to join just to say, what's the river doing for you today? And we tune into the energy of the sun through the lens of the gene keys and the 64 archetypes that the sun travels through every year. And even today, maybe tuning in a little bit to the programming partner. Every key has an opposite, although it's only seen as an opposite when it's in the shadow. And of course, these gene keys allow us to look through the lens of a particular flavor of an archetype through the shadow, the gift, and the city, and the different bands of consciousness that we can experience as humans. And so there are no opposites once we get to the gift level. So in this case, we're here in Gene Key 56, which happens to be my vocation / core wound. So I'm already feeling the power of this being amplified in my life right now. And I wonder if you do. The shadow is distraction, and the gift is enrichment, and the city is intoxication. And before I talk too much more, let's go into the body. I love this idea of channeling the sun energy. So think of the idea of enrichment into the physiology that it's connected to in the book, which it has in this book here. Every key has a connection. So this one is at the thyroid, in the front of the throat. And the programming partner of this one happens to be the colon. So the large intestines that, are tracking in this direction here. So I thought, what if we put one hand on our colon, and the programming partner sits in the earth transit. So there's the sun transit, and then there's the earth, and there's all these different keys going in the different planets and that kind of thing. So it's like our bodies are the earth. We're not separate from the earth. We're not separate from the sun either. But I thought, let's just let's imagine one hand has got the energy of the sun going into the thyroid, and the other hand on the colon, just putting it anywhere on your colon that goes up and around. I'm going to put it at the top, representing the earth and just grounding, connecting to the earth, connecting to the sun, and connecting to love. And if you can't connect to love, just imagining something that you love. Could be the ocean, could be an animal, person, and just let that person or feeling be there as well. And just breathing the energies with your intention into your thyroid and into your colon. You can play with letting your hands come away from the skin a little bit, giving a little space there, but still the energy is moving through your hands. And then imagine inside your body, the thyroid is connecting to the colon with that energy. You can imagine like a figure eight going, the top of the figure eight at the thyroid, swirling down around your colon, around your whole abdomen, and then up. Maybe the cross is at the heart and around the thyroid, and just visualize a figure eight. Couple more breaths. And just notice with this next couple of exhalations if there's anywhere in your body you can soften even more. And you can keep your hands there if you like. I feel called to just chat a little bit and contemplate what's coming up for me. So many directions you could go. I could go. The one word that came out is, well, first of all, this is just an experiment. I'm experimenting. I've been following the sun with the gene keys for about 3 and a bit years, off and on, but I was called when I started this current to make the discipline to do it every single morning, and then to share it as well, and just to see what might evolve or what might come through, and not to have a plan, not to sit and have to plan it out every night what I'm going to say, but just hit the live button and go. And this is a form of a self-discipline for me to stay connected to my creativity. And I'm so aware of the shadow of distraction and how that's played out in my life for a big part of my life. And as with all of the shadows, there's the repressive nature and the reactive nature. So the repressive nature can be this, it's called sullen, a sullen energy, or like a lemming syndrome, and just completely sitting on the energy and allowing ourselves to be distracted by other people's idea about how we should live our life, and not even listen to the inner world and what it's really asking. And then the reactive nature is that the eyes just want to be busy all the time, and we have so many distractions, like our phones and food and TV, and keep ourselves so busy. And I'll say for myself, kept myself so busy. I was avoiding feeling what I really was feeling. And as it says here in the book, we keep moving, changing relationships, or trying new experiences. We simply do not know how to stop. And I experienced that in my life, and I have a little note that I wrote in my book here of like, that's probably why my ankle broke. To stop, to slow me down and stop and go even deeper inside, and was forced not to be distracted in some ways, because I had possibly a bit of a concussion, so I couldn't spend time on the screen, and I was really forced to change how I was living. And the gift of enrichment, with all the gifts, whatever the word is, that in this case, enrichment helps to pull us out of the shadow and start to experience these higher frequencies where we're no longer being a victim in our life. And at the shadow level, that's where we get stuck and we get into our victimhood, and we forget who we are. We forget that we are we are connected. We are one organism. We are the earth. We are the relationships around us. We are not separate, but we forget that. And so enrichment and the gift level helps us out of that, and we start to become creators. That's why that creative energy is always associated with, I have this little slide actually I wanted to put up. Yeah, it's a creative transformational pathways where we start to say, oh, wait a second, I'm the creator of my reality here. And it mentions here about, we're no longer becoming victims of distraction. We've learned the art of discipline. And so I come back to this new discipline of coming into the current And every morning, I have to prepare my body to wake up because I have a lot of dreams in the night. So it takes me a little bit to get into the body and then just hit the button and go. And it is a creative vehicle for me. And the city of intoxication is where we're only distracted by the divine. We are only distracted by love and things that continually enrich us. And today we're in the line 2. So day 2 of this key. The line 2 is known to be like the natural, what comes naturally and effortless to us. And there's the tricky part of that is that we can't see for ourselves sometimes what is so natural for us. So we can discount it. And yes, I'm going to just finish it with that and asking a question for the day is, what comes so naturally to me that I feel so enriched by doing that thing? And then allowing ourselves to almost merge with that thing, if possible, to merge with what enriches us that feels so natural and effortless. And if we're struggling to find what that is right at this part of our journey, your journey, just to start to notice when you feel uncomfortable in your body and you want to immediately go and distract yourself by either picking up the phone or opening the fridge or calling somebody, or just to let yourself sit with. And I'm going to do the same thing today when something comes up, and I feel a little discomfort. It's just to go into it and accept it, stay with it. Let love touch it. I wish you a beautiful day, and I look forward to seeing what comes up tomorrow in the current. Perhaps we'll meet in the stream, and sending lots of love to you. Bye.